Imagine your blood pressure as low as this. Because, as you probably know, it's vital your blood pressure is close to or even lower than 120/80. That's because high blood pressure, or hypertension, is an important factor in heart attacks and strokes. And as an American or citizen of another Western country, if you suffer from high blood pressure right now, then you're 4 times more likely to die of a stroke and 3 times more likely to die of a heart attack, either of which can strike instantly. What's more, a recent major study by the George Institute for Global Health UK shows that people who suffer high blood pressure also have a nearly 60% chance of suffering from type 2 diabetes. And diabetes is a particularly nasty condition that, in extreme cases, may result in amputation of limbs. Ideally, your heart should pump your blood around your body at a nice steady rate of no more than 120 Hg followed by a resting pressure of no more than 80 Hg. That way, your artery walls remain nice and smooth, so arterial plaque, that would narrow the arteries, cannot attach itself to them. But imagine a raging torrent of a river in full flood, ripping away at the riverbanks, tearing up boulders and uprooting trees in its headlong dash, and eventually blocking its own flow with the debris, causing utter devastation. That's exactly what your blood pressure does when you have dangerously high blood pressure. Your blood races around your arteries like that river in full flood, damaging the walls of your arteries so they become rough, making it easy for hazardous arterial plaque to cling to the walls, making them narrower. And that sets up a vicious cycle, because your arteries get furred up like the inside of a kettle, narrowing your arteries. That means your heart has to work harder, increasing the pressure on your blood to force it through your arteries, so it still gets to every part of your body. And that increased blood pressure creates even more damage to your arteries, and so the dangerous cycle continues with ever-increasing blood pressure, moving you further away from the ideal blood pressure and closer to the danger levels. Probably the most dangerous effect of high blood pressure is on the tiny, delicate capillaries feeding that vital, life-giving, oxygen-rich blood to your brain. The brain is the most oxygen-hungry organ of your whole body. So, depriving it, or parts of it, for more than a few seconds will damage all or part of the brain, and that is known as a stroke. And that increasing blood pressure, particularly in times of stress, can burst one of those tiny vessels, flooding your skull with blood, causing devastating problems, where seconds can mean the difference between life and death. And because your blood pressure then drops dramatically, you risk starving other parts of your brain of that vital, oxygen-rich blood it must have to live. Perhaps even more devastating is a stroke that does not kill you outright, leaving you unable to speak properly, face drooping down on one side, or unable to use a hand or even your whole arm due to the effects of the stroke. And if you do survive a heart attack, it could sharply downgrade your quality of life, rendering you unable to do all the things you currently take for granted, instantly turning you into an invalid. And so, because high blood pressure is so life-threatening, the pharmaceutical companies have created a range of drugs designed to artificially lower your blood pressure. But even the pharmaceutical industry would admit, no drug is free of side effects, and sadly, the side effects of blood pressure drugs can be particularly nasty. These side effects range from leg cramps, insomnia, dizziness, poor circulation, leading to cold hands and feet, tiredness or depression, a slow heartbeat, asthma symptoms, or insomnia. And if you suffer from another condition, such as type 2 diabetes as well, you need to be closely monitored. In some extreme cases, blood pressure drugs can cause impotence in diabetics. Of course, everyone is different, and one particular side effect might not affect your friend, but be quite devastating for you. Fortunately, there is now a smarter, natural way where you can dramatically slash the chances of a fatal or debilitating stroke or heart attack, enjoy more energy and better sleep than you've enjoyed for ages, and neatly avoid the massive expense and possible nasty side effects of drugs. Hi, my name is Todd Grant, and it's my blood pressure you see here. so you know I'm living proof of the sheer effectiveness of what I'm about to reveal to you in my brand new book, Slash Your Blood Pressure to Safer Levels. And when I tell you I'm a senior, nearly 72 years old, you'll understand just how remarkable my blood pressure reading is, because it's generally accepted that blood pressure rises with age, for reasons I'll reveal in my book. So, if I can enjoy blood pressure this low at nearly 72, just imagine how I can help you lower yours without getting on the slippery slope to a lifetime of expensive medication. So, you're probably wondering what my magical formula is. Well, I can assure you there is no magic here, just sound, scientifically based common sense that will attack your life-threatening condition from not one, but many different angles, all working in harmony to achieve results that will astonish you. I guarantee it. And one of those angles involves giving your taste buds the treat of their lives, because it's true to say that you are what you eat. So, if you're currently suffering from high blood pressure, what you've been eating is probably one of the major causes. But fear not, you won't be condemning yourself to eating rabbit food. Quite the contrary. Because you'll be eating the exact same foods I eat, and I love delicious food. So you can be sure you will be eating as well, and probably even better, than you ever have, guaranteed. And I also guarantee you will love what I have for you. And if you don't like my book and it doesn't help you lower your blood pressure closer to mine, then I insist you contact me for a no-question full refund of your investment. Ah, yes, your investment. I'm sure by now you can see the sheer value I have for you here, a chance to step away from the dangers of high blood pressure, reducing it to safer levels, and so start to enjoy life free of the constant fear you could be struck down at any moment by a stroke or heart attack. So I'm sure you'll agree that a one-time investment in your lower blood pressure future of just $37 is the best bargain you've been offered in ages. And what's more, because the sooner you get started, the sooner you'll be delighted to see your blood pressure pull back from those dangerously high levels. I'm going to give you my personal collection of mouth-watering recipes that I eat every week, because it will make it far easier for you to follow the program. After all, what better way to drop your blood pressure readings to near my levels than eating the same delicious meals I eat? But please be aware I could quite easily sell these recipes for $27 as a standalone product, so I reserve the right to withdraw this free gift at any time, and I can only guarantee it will be available to you if you go ahead and get started right away. Because even without my life-changing recipes, tomorrow might just be too late for you. What's more, in addition to these mouth-watering meals that taste so good and do you a world of good, I'm also going to share with you my many other simple secrets that, together, help me keep my blood pressure under tight control. These are so simple and can be easily put into practice immediately, so you'll start to notice positive changes very quickly. Both the main book and the recipe book are instantly downloadable any time of the day or night. So imagine, just minutes from now, experiencing the euphoria of knowing that, finally, there is a way to escape your blood pressure prison without having to condemn yourself to a lifetime of expensive medication with all those nasty side effects. So you now have a clear choice. You can either carry on the same old way, which is clearly contributing to your rocketing blood pressure. Then your only remedy will be a lifetime of expensive medication with the constant risk of nasty side effects, which may well involve you having to take extra drugs to combat the side effects of the blood pressure drugs. Or you can seize this opportunity for a better, drug-free way and look upon my 60-day love-it-or-your-money-back guarantee as a chance to test drive the whole program to ensure you're completely happy before you finally decide. After all, it's digital, so it's not like you have to pack up the books and mail them back, is it? And if you decide it's not for you, just send me an email to receive back every last cent of your investment. So, just imagine the joy of finally being free of the awful specter of an imminent heart attack or stroke, because you know you're finally on your way to slashing the chances of it occurring, and all without the worry of nasty side effects from expensive medication or the expense. In fact, compared with what you'll likely pay for your medication for the rest of your life, your $37 investment in your new, lower blood pressure life is a microscopic drop in a vast ocean. Why, simply having both the massive health and financial worries lifted from your shoulders will probably drop your blood pressure a few notches before you even start my program. Okay, so I might be full of hot air, and it really can't be that simple as making a few easy lifestyle changes to lower your blood pressure and so avoid the risk and expense of medication. But what if I'm right? There's a simple, totally risk-free way to find out. Just click the button below and we'll both get to work to lower your blood pressure starting right now.